Hi, welcome to a special edition of the Georgia Songbirds. This is a Instagram feed that I did with Clare Cunningham. It's the first one I've tried with this, being that right now everybody's still kind of keeping their distance. So it's hard to get people up here, and I don't blame them, stay safe. So what I wanted to do was find a way to still get guests on here as well as letting people play music and you guys getting to know newer artists. If you didn't know, I am doing a Georgia versus Tennessee songwriter showcase showdown. I know it's a mouthful, but it's has started off as 8 Georgia versus 8 Tennessee songwriters. And what we did was they would play 2 songs, and then they would get voted by they go forward by likes. The more likes they get 2 points. Shares give them 3 points. A view will give them a point. So whoever had the most would move forward. That way it was completely fair, and there wasn't any way that I could consider it maybe rigged, because it's not. I mean, I want it. It doesn't matter who wins. This is not really one of those kind of competitions where it matters. I mean, because you can't really judge songwriters who's the best. You just can't. But it was a fun way to keep people involved and get artists and songwriters that maybe you haven't heard of, or maybe you have, a little bit more of a platform to play around with and play. So what I did, actually, was 8 versus 8, and Claire was in the first round. She didn't make it, but she's super talented. And so I wanted to get all the participants, Georgia and Tennessee alike, on the podcast some way. So this is the first of me attempting to do that on Instagram. They give you like an hour. So what had happened is we did this, you listened to this on Friday, we did this episode on Wednesday, and we had split it into 2 because, like I said, I only give you an hour, and we were having so much fun, it had to kind of show over. So it ran over a little bit. But she's going to be playing some live music on here, and then her new single, Carry Me, it will be at the end. So I told her I would do that because that's how I usually do the format, is I will put the artist songs on Spotify or iTunes, whatever they have on here. So go look her up. It's Clare Cunningham. She has all kind of music out now. She used to be with Thunder Mother. She used to be with Smoking Aces, so she still has stuff from them. And it's available, plus her new stuff, which she's really pushing. So if you don't know her, she's from Ireland, lives in Nashville now. A great songwriter, great artist. I think you're going to hear a lot more from Claire in the future. So what I did is this episode is me and her talking just about all kinds of things. Ireland, of course, music. We just kind of got in all kinds of things. Zoom, because we're trying to figure out how to use technology. So all that stuff will be on here for you guys. And like I said, especially her song at the end, Carry Me. But go download all of her music. You can listen to her. She's really talented. You won't be disappointed. And I'll start doing more of these. So more of the participants, which is still going on right now. It's down to the final 8. We got 5 Georgia and 3 Tennessee left. So you guys, if you hadn't seen it, go check it out on the Facebook page. And then they get 3 songs this round. Same principle, more likes. They get points by likes, by views, by shares. And then next round will be a little bit different. It'll be like 30-minute sets, and I may even can get some other pages involved so they can get more views out of that. So we'll see. But this is Claire Cunningham's episode, and it was fun. It was really fun, and I'll do more of these as I line up the other guests. So and I'll just do audio because I recorded the audio in the GarageBand as we were talking. So it's going to sound like a phone because that's what it is. But it was fun. So here you go, Clare Cunningham. It's my GarageBand. So that way I can actually release the episode on Friday for just the audio. We'll see how it works. It may not work very well, but we'll try. We'll try. So, but my little girl, hey, sweetheart. You might as well say hi. You gotta go over here, sweetheart. They can't see you. This is my daughter, Shy. She's helping me out because I'm an old man and I'm not hip to this stuff. So as soon as Claire comes on, we'll be ready for her. Come on in, Claire. What's that? 9:30. Yep. Okay. All work out in the end. We'll figure out. If anybody knows how to save these, let me know because I have no clue how to save them. Yeah, I had to save a lot of them. She knows.
Press on your profile and it was on your story chat.
There's Claire. All right, Claire, I am sending you a. There it goes. Hi. It works.
Hi. Are you learning?
I am learning from my little girl.
I
Come here.
love it.
Say hi, Shy. This is my little girl, Cheyenne.
Oh, hi. Oh, wow. What a name. That's amazing.
She's helping the old man out.
Yes. Well, isn't that what it's about? We still have to do it with our parents. I think. So my sister, who's just joined now, Laura, was teaching our dad and our parents, how to use Zoom.
You're laughing. I still don't know Zoom.
I learned how to.
She said, "Why don't you use Zoom?"
It's incredible. Like, it's tough though. I mean, for anybody who isn't like tech savvy at all. I mean, even we've all had to learn how to, like, maneuver around all these online platforms. So it's it's by the time we've actually learned, we'll be out of quarantine.
Yes, not me. I got what I'm trying to do now is I normally do like a podcast up at the gazebo. I showed you a picture of what we do. Now because of quarantine, you can't. So this is the first time we tried this way, and I wanted to get the audio recorded too. So I've got a microphone under the phone, and it's picking up my voices deep enough anyway, and it's going straight into the GarageBand profile, so that I can release
that's
the audio.
clever.
And what we'll do is,
especially because for these live things, because you don't, you can't say. Well, I know the person, like, you can save it. I won't be able to save it on mine because this is on yours, but you can. There is a way of saving them at the end, especially like, Facebook Live. I guess you can save them too, and like it's nice to have them. But that's a good idea that you at least have the audio.
Yeah. So she told me to save it. I don't know you can save it, so I'm learning everything as I go.
Yeah, well, you've got to do it when you're finished, because if you don't and you hit like. You don't, and then you can share. And what you got to do is share it to your story then as well, so that it's up for 24 hours. So that people who didn't catch this have 24 hours that they can go back and have a listen.
Okay. Well, actually, this is going to be fun. Except my son is knocking my guitars down now.
It didn't fall.
I
love it.
I've got twins.
What age are they?
They're 11, they'll be 11 in August. And Gibson is the boy, and Cheyenne is the girl. So boy and girl twins.
I love that name. It's amazing. It's gorgeous.
And then my oldest, like I said, he's in Warner Robins now. His name is Wyatt. He's
Wyatt.
22.
Sure, yeah.
So what we're doing?
Good ages.
Well, like I said, when I was young, I'm 42 now. So when I was younger, I had a kid, and we didn't work, so I got custody. But now my wife now is a drill sergeant, or she was a drill sergeant. So she's in the reserves. And I've been in 23 years. And when I was doing all this before, I was looking up all your stuff, so I kind of have an idea to ask questions, which way to go. And she goes, I love her music. She goes, I want a physical CD of
yeah, that somebody was asking me the other day, where can I buy a CD? And I was like, oh gosh. Well, like, so the old band that I used to front in Sweden, Thunder Mother, I know you can still get our stuff on CD and vinyl.
Okay.
And my own personal, like, I remember I put out an EP in 2016, I think, or 17 maybe, and there was a limited number of CDs that I had, and I remember speaking, and I still speak to them actually to this day, the little label that I was with, and like just after that initial amount that were bought, it just wasn't viable to print anymore, because it just wasn't something that people were buying. Now we live in the world of download and streams, and But there's nothing better than a physical copy
Yes.
of a CD. I mean, there really isn't. For us old schoolers.
My son's running stuff. Son,
I love
drink your
it.
drink. As I said, these lives are funny. Yeah, I saw that. I
Yeah.
was looking, and I heard, because you're from Ireland, so you got your Irish accent, and I've got my Georgia Southern accent. So if anybody
Yeah.
can't understand us, I'm sorry. We're both just got accents. You kind of work around it.
What a mix, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so funny. When I went to Vegas, they thought I was from New York, and then one lady said, "Are you from Ireland?" I'm like, "No, I'm from Georgia." I don't even know why you would ask me that.
Well, to be honest, dude, I get asked all the time, am I from Canada? That's the number one. And then I get it, like, with the Australian and the British thing. So, they just hear something else and then they'll just make an assumption, But then, the Irish thing, some people, if they don't get it straight away, then they don't get it at all.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's weird. Accents are a funny thing, though, because there's a wide variety of them, too, Like, there's not one size fits all with an accent, Like, Irish accents are they're so diverse depending on where you come from as well. Like, so, just like here in America, like, I mean, every state has their own, like, brogue, as you want to say, but within the, the cities and stuff, you have even, more diverse accents. So, yeah, it's very interesting. I love it.
So how long have you been in America now? I know you said you came from Ireland. When did you come to Nashville?
So I actually, it was Massachusetts, because my sister and her husband, who run Yellow Productions,
Okay.
and who I'm music producer for, I came into America, it was the 7th of February, 2018. Yes, that would be correct. So it's coming up in 2.5. Is it what month? Oh my God! I'm like, what day is it? Let alone what month is it? So February. That just went. That was 2 years.
2 years. Yeah, that brings me to is how has this affected you? I mean, I know you're a full-time musician, right? That's your full-time job. So how are you getting by?
Because I write. Yeah, it's like anybody, it's affected any kind of artist involved, and I write tracks for the film production company, and so when their work halted as well, like, there was no demand, so there's nothing to necessarily write for. But I mean, personally, luckily, as an artist, like, I can still write and I can still do online streams. I just can't be in front of people, which is the sad thing about it.
Right.
But throughout all of this process, luckily I had recorded with the band and everything the 3 tracks that I'm going to be putting out. We're still going to decide whether or not they're going to go as an EP or separately. But thankfully, like, I was able to do all of that before we got into lockdown. But like, they've been working on producing those tracks, and I've been working like a lot online and doing a lot of different, like, I took a step back from songwriting a little bit, though, because just the headspace. I've just taken the time to be able to catch up on things. I still have a lot to do. But I've been really working on myself as well, just as a person, and it's given me the opportunity to. So I'm not overly like it. I'm ready to go back, but I think it's been a nice, reset and time to actually, work on things that have needed working on, I guess.
Okay. I saw the you talk about the Yellow Productions. That's your sister. They just did a.
Yeah, she's here. She's online there. She's Laura Cunningham, ACK.
Hi, Laura.
Oh, hi, Laura.
You just did a benefit for her, correct? Tell everybody about that.
Yes. Yeah, she's amazing. So she's done 2 now, but the biggest one being for Pascon. They're a palliative care society on Nantucket Island, where my sister lives, and her husband, and I have family members there and friends. And they're such a small island that this pandemic really hit them hard because they have one hospital and an ICU unit that's not going to care for very many sick people. So first off was the Corona Song Challenge, which is actually, I think, Laura, I'll probably tell you yourself, like her and Lorna, a great friend of mine too, set up the whole hashtag Corona Song Challenge to flatten the curve and take a well-known song and change up the lyrics and to just post it and get people to donate. And it actually it took off probably more than anybody expected. So that was amazing. And then Grey Lady. So that was a song that I wrote. So for anybody who does not know Nantucket or Nantucket Island, or who hasn't seen any posts about it, it is an island off of Massachusetts, and it is known as the Grey Lady because every now and again a fog will come and blanket the entire island, and it's so eerie, but it's beautiful, and it's just one of the most incredible places in the world. And the very first moment I stepped off the ferry, I just knew there was something very magical about the place, and I kind of felt like I was in the Truman Show. And I said that it's like not like real America at all. It's just there's community there, everything, and everybody's so inviting. And I know, like, my sister living there, she's got her life there now. So I spent that first summer there. I want to say maybe 8-9 years ago.
Okay.
And I remember crying on the ferry to leave the island and to go back up to Boston and fly out probably back to Ireland, I guess, at the time. And I was so inspired by my experience there that I said, right, I need to write a song. And so I started writing lyrics. That was the time when I had pen and paper, and I had my phone and I was just humming the melody of what I thought was coming to my head, and the gentleman across from me told me to be quiet. I think it was a night flight, so he said, no, please. And so he put me off, and I put down the pen, and I said, right, I'll come back to it. And of course I never did. I left it then. And so it was years and years later, I said, I'm going to revisit that song. And we did. And 2 years ago, when I went back on island, I recorded it with the amazing Floyd Kellogg on the island, in the islands, one of only studios. And, we spoke, myself and my sister and her husband, and we were going to release it. But something said no, and this perfect opportunity came along that Yellow Productions, which is the production company that they own, had created this visual art of video footage of Nantucket, and they were like, okay, this is the perfect solution and scenario for us to use the song now.
Okay.
And to also raise awareness and create and get donations for Pascon, which is the palliative care company on the island. So I'm just blessed because, just to be able to use whatever I've done and will do to create any peace or happiness or funding for any people and places that need it, I'm glad to be able to do that.
I listened to a lot of your songs when we did this. And I actually met you probably 2 years ago with Tim Thurman, who they was doing like a Nashville Rising song. And then when I did
back in the day.
That was 2 years ago. I guess it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I forget. I get old.
It is.
But I started looking into your stuff, and you had a lot of rock and roll stuff that was great. And then you had little bluegrass stuff on the side. And then you had some of these other songs. So I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm like, you just got like a wide range of stuff that you do. And I guess it's a songwriter.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I know. And it's been a little bit of I don't want to say a struggle, but when you are trying to, as an artist, to market yourself, you specifically kind of have to not box yourself, because I don't believe in doing that, but in order to market and sell a product, it needs to fall under a certain criteria, right? So, because I am so widely diverse, and because I've never just chosen one specific genre, it's lent to a lot of like, oh, what are you? What do you do?
Yeah.
So this is why now these 3 songs that I've got coming up hone in on me as an artist and a brand, and it's kind of, there's gonna be 3 different songs, but they fluidly work, and there's a nice pop ballad on the piano, but also this kind of rock blues, because I'm very old school, but it's trying to mix the old school and keeping it new and current. Right. So the different drum sounds that have been used, and the whole production that's done by Eddie and Justy over at RCA Studios is just, it's incredible. So there's been times when I thought maybe you've taken down some old material, but I think people can see how somebody's evolved and how an artist actually, has created something, and that was a part of me back then. But when people ask me sometimes to play some of the old stuff, I'm like, oh gosh, like that, I'm so past that. It's like,
So what do you want to do? Are you more like to the pop rock kind of thing? Is that where you want to go?
If I were to, so my 2 major styles, and I think which are from the soul, is definitely I have my Celtic. That's in there.
Okay.
So, but that can't be really touched,
Right.
So I'm not just going to be a Celtic artist and just do the haunting Celtic sound, but that's something I thankfully have, and I have naturally. But when it comes to I just want that kick-ass, balls to the wall, kind of like a bluesy, soulful, kind of rocky feel, and that's kind of more the sound that thankfully the guys at the studio now have honed in on, because not every, I realize that too, sometimes in order to be unique, you put your own flavor on things, and over the years I guess I have, but a lot of females, especially musicians, or singers, should I say, and I've always loved hearing it. It's like this really high, clear-toned, like even the breathy pop stuff. That's something I've never really had naturally. So my natural is always the whiskey voice, as you want to say. So I've never wanted to lose that. I think having that is what gives me the edge or the uniqueness, especially as a female. And it's why I guess Thunder Mother, the female classic kind of rock metal thing I was in, stood out so much, not only because it was 5 females doing it, but because it's rare to hear, that strong kind of real like raspiness in a female, so yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to, like I said, when I was doing your style, somebody asked here about like Pat Benatar. You got to have like.
Yeah, I see that. Hi, Sarah.
We were looking for like sounds, and like I know people don't like to be compared to anybody, but you naturally get compared, and I'm sure you get compared to Dolores from Cranberries all the time.
Yeah, actually, the main comparisons I've gotten over the years have been Stevie Nicks, Janis Joplin, Pink, Alanis Morissette, and a female Bon Scott.
Okay.
I do get Melissa Etheridge, and I've gotten, actually Lauren Daigle was one, because a lot of people said I was very Adele sounding, like with the tone and the emotion. And so Lauren Daigle, somebody said to me one day, and funny how full circle this went, I went and I looked her up and I thought, oh my God, she sounds like uncannily like Adele. So I don't know if you know her, but she's a massive Christian artist, and I've never heard of her before then. So I got into her stuff. And then when I was in the studio laying down these tracks, the guys were like, so we've got the perfect drummer for you. And I was like, cool. And his name is Jared Neal, and he's actually Lauren Daigle's drummer.
Okay.
So he's got that sound down. But it was crazy because I was like, wow, it's like how somebody had said you sound just like her. But everybody hears something different.
Yeah.
But if I had $1 for every time I heard Stevie Nicks and Janice, they're the two that, like,
I think it's because of the rock. I mean, I hate, like I said, I listened to it, and like I said, John Osborne came up like an idea, and a little bit of Joss Stone in there too.
Ooh,
So
Joss is great. I
she's
listened to her back my UK days. Yeah, because she has that soul. It's like, it's that kind of like that inner kind of like when you hear it, it's just got something. It's a depth to it rather than just there are certain artists that like can sing and sing so amazing, but it takes a different kind of artist to take a sound and create just emotion behind it, you know. So just so wow, yeah.
You can't fake the emotion part of it. I mean, that's one thing that with any songwriter, if you're performing, you got to have emotion. And listening to your stuff, I know you got kind of where you want to go, but when you were doing the rock stuff, even in the past, I could feel it. Like a lot of times you get into rock, and it's just more about the music, and it's not so much about the stories.
Yeah.
But with yours,
because lyrically driven. I mean, so music, rock and roll tends to be more musically driven. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the lyrical content it matches that, so it's not as cutting to the heart, etc. And I guess that's why I've always loved having the other side, because I can get into my emotional side when I really speak about something that's really personal, or that I'm trying to get just across something that's meaningful to me, or I'm trying to give a message.
Yeah, because like I said, my wife.
What's my sister saying? Mean what you sing and sing what you mean. Yes, exactly.
That's what I said. My wife, when she was listening to it, she listened to your stuff, and that's what automatically drew her in. Like with me, when I sing, I do the heathen stuff for the band. It's all rock, faster stuff I can do. It's outlaw country. Ballad wise, I'm just too loud. I can't do a ballad, but I can write that stuff. I mean, my voice is not ballad. I would scare the shit out of somebody if they try to listen to me.
Oh, but that's, everybody has a forte, and so that's what's beautiful about music too. I think it's when you find what you're good at, and you should always do exactly what it is that you're good at, and keep at it. In fact, in ways, and I know this is just like a first world problem, but sometimes I've in the past I've wished, I just wish I did one style, and then I could just concentrate on that one style, market myself that way, and I'd be a lot further on. But that's not the case, and so I think when you are a unique artist, you take all the flavors that you've got, and you create what's called a new sound, and that is why, and what I'm doing and have been working very hard on. So when you'll get people who'll come up against that and be like, I don't think you should do that, or maybe you should try this, maybe you shouldn't, and you're like, you know what, I bet everybody said the exact same to David Bowie and Prince and all the greats. They created a sound that was theirs, and it was unique to them. And so I truly believe that if an artist has something special, a quality to them that nobody else can touch, then you should run with that, and you should create that and be a new sound for people. So it's a lot harder, and it's a lot more work, but I think when you find it, and you have, like, I have a team behind me that just get it, and they have worked tirelessly to create this new sound that I am so excited for you all to hear. Oh my God. So they've actually, today I got word that production is finished. We're finito. We're ready to go. So,
and when is it going to come out? Do you know when the next one's coming out?
Well, that's where we're going to have a chat now over this, I think either tomorrow or the next day, and we're going to discuss what the next steps and protocol is, because a publicist will get involved, because there's a lot of big players on the tracks too, which I'm so blessed about. So it's not just going to be like every other release that I've kind of like pumped out. There's going to be a lot of integral kind of like marketing put behind this.
Good.
So yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. So soon. I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm going to discuss with them whether we're going to release all 3 at the same time or whether we're going to spread them out. Either or, it's going to be fun. I do have another single that's going to be released on May the 8th. It's with Colin, my great friend. We actually got asked to write a song for a Chinese gaming company.
Okay.
Just as a pitch thing. So there's anybody who's listening in who might not be aware of it, every now and again these opportunities will come in to pitch songs for companies, and they'll buy the song off you if whoever gets chosen out of the catalogue. So none of the songs that the company that we wrote for got picked. So I was like, hey, it's a great song. We wrote it like in 2-3 hours. So and it's called Victorious. It's like a fighter song. So it's like, it's good time to come out. So that's the next one to come out. But hopefully soon, I guess I'll know more by the weekend.
Okay. Well, tell people about like songwriters. They always are curious how to get their songs to the record companies. Not maybe it's the companies as much, but the pitch opportunities, because that's part of where you can make a lot of money is doing on soundtracks and even movies if you can get in. Because I know you had one song that was actually in a movie, correct?
It was. That was very much by thankful chance, or chance, whatever you want to call it. But the Marty Poole, the producer of the movie, happened to see me play live one night. Really liked what I did, and just asked me to send him some music. And then when it came, it was the sequel, Bernie the Dolphin. It's a kids movie. So for anybody who's in quarantine and wants to watch an actual, it's a really good movie. Bernie the Dolphin and Bernie the Dolphin 2, the sequel. He said, listen, our music producer is looking for music. Do you have anything that would suit? I said, no, but I could create something. So I called up actually Colin, who I have a lot of releases with, and this next one is with him too. I said, hey dude, do you fancy writing a song for a dolphin movie? And he was like, oh my God, yes, let's do it. So he created a track, and he actually said he put dolphins on his background to get inspired. So it was so funny. And I remember I actually recorded it here. He has his own studio, but at the time we were both so busy, so he came over to the house and he set up the little studio, and the recording process didn't take too long. It was fun, and yeah, they accepted the song, so it got into the movie. But for sync, for any songwriters looking for sync, you have to be writing with people who have an in with sync companies. So whether it be a publisher, even if you're writing with people who are published who can pitch it, right. Because it's not like places will take unsolicited material, but it's just having the connections with some form of a publisher is always a great in to get your songs at least pitched. And then I signed with Symphonic Distribution. So the Randall, the VP of Symphonic, saw me sing. It was part of Songathon, it's called. It's a company here in America that put on this like 24-hour songwriting competition type thing. And I just happened to, long story short, he heard me sing and he was like, yeah, wow, we need to connect. And so he did, and I got signed with them. So they distribute all my music, but I have the opportunity, like today, even for the new single, I'm able to pitch it to a company if I wish. So that's the luxury of that too. But yeah, there's many ways. You just have to network. It's all networking.
That's what you have to do.
Once you get, oh gosh, yeah. And then once you get in the door, I find then you have an in. So like already now under the belt, I have a song in a Lionsgate movie, which then in turn looks good, and Lionsgate or the company again might come back to us for another. So it's a snowball effect, I guess, in that respect, you know.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing this, writing songs?
I was writing poetry since I was about 5.
Okay.
And I wrote my first song when I was 16.
Okay.
So I guess I'm what now? I'll be 34 in July. So yeah, most of my life, to be honest. I've always, singing has been something I've always done. But writing, I think, you know, writing songs is it's a form of putting words and poetry together, I guess, and storytelling. So I always had that naturally, I think. And then songwriting is just another formula of that, you know.
That's people that have heard this podcast has heard me say this before, but that's how I started too with poems, you know. And then the first one I ever did was to get out of an essay in high school because I didn't want to write the essay, so I wrote a poem. And then actually 8th grade, and then so my mom put it on a radio, sent it to the local radio, and I didn't know anything about it. So it got put on the radio and it got played for the classes, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" You know, everybody's like, "Oh, good job." Like I was a boy in middle school. I wasn't supposed to be doing poems. That was not cool for me to do.
But there you go. You see, and you started, and I got the brain ticking, and you know, it's such a wonderful outlet, I think, as well, to be able to, you know, to write. And there's no rules. There's no right or wrong to it either, right. You know. I saw the Muscle Shoals guys, so I've applied. So accept my application, and I'm there.
Right.
You know, it's funny because somebody, maybe it was, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw an advert to play for the Muscle Shoals Music Songwriters Festival, and I wanted to do it, I think, maybe last year, and I might have been too late to apply, but I have applied, guys. So if you
better forget her because she applied.
Oh, I know where it was from. It was Nashville Tour Stop. So Aaron, I saw him post. So they're the guys. He puts on a night every Sunday at Belcourt Taps, and so I saw his post about the Muscle Shoals thing. So that's why I went on and I said, "Oh, better apply." The pandemic should be finished by I think it's November or right. October, November.
You want to play a live song for everybody?
Oh gosh, yeah. I can do. Is there anything? Well, I'm putting myself on the spot now. Is there anything you'd like to hear? I mean, I haven't really, as you can tell, I'm just chilling. I had another interview prior to this, so I got very comfy on the couch.
Oh, no problem. Normally,
I don't have my yellow brick wall today. Everyone's like, all we ever see is the brick wall. So I'm like, I'll go on the couch today.
Yeah, normally what I'll do is when I'm having the interviews at the gazebo, I'll put the songs in and they'll play and then we'll keep talking, and that way people can hear music as well, because that's kind of what this is for. Is just they need to hear your music too, because I've heard a lot of it and it's really, really good. Like I said,
I so appreciate that. I really do. You know, because at this, especially during these times, I think music has been a big help for a lot of people, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's like anything. I think you escape life in general when you've got music. And I'm just so thankful as well that us songwriters can still, it's hard because you're not having that reaction with the audience, but at least we can still do what we do. But I'm looking forward to singing a lot more, because vocally it's been tough, because it's like your voice is a muscle, and if you don't use a muscle like running or athletics, then you fatigue.
You're big into working out, and you're a vegan too, correct?
I am, yeah. So I do a lot of workout. I haven't missed a single day. It's been, I'm actually I'm beast working out now. I'm hours a day now. And I don't mean that you don't have to do that. But I'm in this Walk the Rock challenge with my sister
Okay.
and a couple of friends. So it's a competition kind of at the end of 6 weeks, how many steps you can collectively get as a group. And so that's really pushed me to get my extra steps. But yeah, I've just been taking this time to like really, just use my own body and just like, yeah, totally go for it. And yeah, plant-based eater as well.
My
I
wife
do
is
try and
vegan.
eat as raw as I can. Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Amazing.
she's got me on a. She's trying to get me on a vegan challenge, a 60-day vegan challenge. I said I'm from the South. I said meat and potatoes is
That's
what I
great,
grew up
yeah.
on, So it's. I said all right. I said I'll do
It's
it.
hard because culturally, yeah, like I come from a culture that's, meat and potatoes. Like it's the staple diet, and milk. It's
Yep.
like, you really are. You're culturally just not even. It's not even a thought. It's just like that's your staple diet.
She got this
Um.
oat milk, and it tastes like Play-Doh.
Oh, you think so?
Oh my
Oh
god! It
God, I
smells like
love oat milk.
Play-Doh, and it tastes like Play-Doh. I was like, oh my god, no, thank you.
Well, I think nowadays we have. I think they've really like learned how to make things taste a lot better. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have liked to have been, on it maybe 12 or 15 years ago when nobody was. Like, there are
Mm.
so many different varieties and each to their own, I guess. But again, your taste buds change. It takes I think about 2 weeks for and that's why like even addictions like sugar and anything, those few days into those 2 weeks are the
Mm.
hardest, and then once you plateau over that, like your actual taste buds, you'll start tasting things differently. Like, I love everything now that I would have never. Ugh, there was some things I did, like olives and avocados, I was like, ugh. And now, like, give it all. But I just love food. But no, oat milk's my favorite. I do all my oats and I soak them
Oh,
in oat milk.
I can't, I can't, I can't do
So good. And I make my smoothies on it. Oh, because it just gives that extra sweetness. But almond vanilla milk, yes. Yes, indeed, Randy. Yeah, I actually stay away from the vanilla. I always do the unsweetened versions of things because there's so much sugar and everything
it. Mm.
anyway. So I do try, but it's, every day is a learning day, I guess. But that's interesting. So are you doing the challenge?
It started today, so
Oh, today?
yes,
Oh my
because she saw you were a vegan and she did the challenge and she's been looking. She's planting her
God.
garden because she wants chickens.
Oh,
And I grew up on a
oh,
farm, and I say chickens stink. I'm sorry, but they're horrible smelling creatures. I said, if you get yourself a garden and you can actually sustain it, because she's horrible about starting something and forgetting it. If you can sustain it, then I'll let you get chickens. We'll do it that way. I'll make a bet. I'll make a deal with you. So yeah, she's starting
oh,
now.
you're making
I
a
had to
deal
help
with the
her.
devil.
I had to help her get her garden started, but now she's got
Oh,
it and
that's
she's
amazing. Well, at least you have somebody who's, she can help you along the way, I
oh
guess,
yeah. So
so. But yeah, I can play a song.
sure, absolutely.
Why don't I do my latest single if you guys want that one? Unless somebody has another idea for me. It's called Carry Me. So the version that people will hear online, if they hear it, is like Celtic meets EDM.
Yeah,
So
that's your newest one, right?
yeah.
Carry me.
Pardon?
That's your newest one, right? Carry me. What I'll do
It is.
too
It is.
is if you want me to, I'll put that single in at the end of the audio for.
Oh,
I'll download it and put it for the podcast episode I'll
sweet.
release on Friday, and it'll be that one in there too.
Oh, yeah, sure. That would be awesome. Yeah, because this one at least is released, so that's doable, and I can send it to you as well. But yeah, this is the latest song that I released. So wrote it with the amazing Adam Saran. He's over at Demolition Music. So yeah, and we got the amazing Jonas Gladnikov in Sweden. He co-produced it as well.
Okay.
So that's the EDM version. I think Adam's about to drop a house edit of it too. So there's going to be a lot of different styles. But here is like the pure acoustic version of it. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. And for anybody tuning in, hey, by the way. All right. all the times that I feel down. I know that I am not alone. I can feel you all around. I hear the voice of your ghost. I know you're there. I know you care. I know you're there. I know you carry me. I know you're there. I know you care. I know you're there. I know you carry me. I know you carry me. Distant hands reach out to me. Calm my heart, ease my mind. Like a lighthouse in the distance, pull me through the dead of night. I know you're there. I know you care. I know you're there. I know you carry me. I know you're there. I know you care. I know you're there. I know you carry me. I know you carry me. I know you carry me. For all the times that I feel down, I know that I am not alone.
Nice. I like that. Like I said, when I was all your songs, your Already Dead song that you did a couple years ago. Oh my God.
Couple, like more like 9 or 10 years ago.
Was that the one you released? Oh, really? Because it was like 16 is when you released the EP of it.
Yeah, it was. It was on my EP back in 2016, right? But I'd written it. Gosh, I'd written it years before that. So if you like that, I promise you, you are going to love the song that's going to be on the either the EP or it's going to be the first single probably, and it's called Heart of Mine.
Okay.
And actually written with John D'Agostino, however, I never pronounce his last name right. He's actually the owner of Demolition Music, which is Adam is one of the guys there. And like I remember getting the first mix back because it's a pop ballad.
Uh-huh.
And I actually cried myself. So I was like, if I'm crying over my own song, I hope to God it makes people. I think it's for me. If I've ever written a song that's going to put me on any platform, I promise you it's going to be this one. I just think it's just, and the guys have just, they've done an amazing job on it. And so many amazing musicians. I'm so excited for you guys. So I think if you like Already Dead, you are going to love Heart of Mine.
Yep. Like I said, it's gonna take you one song. I think you're there at one song to get you noticed by everybody else, and I think it'll take off because you're, like I said, you can sing anything. Which I know you said you want to be like one genre, would be one style, but it's the fact that you can do anything. It's all you need is that one song to hit it.
It's so true, dude. It really does. It's just you just have to, like, I know that saying. It's a saying like it just takes one song or it takes one hit, but it truly does. And if you can just get there and you just have that platform, you get the interest, you get the people on board, and then it takes off. Right. And that's what I've been creating over the years. Is there has been like pushes and it's been going, but it just takes that kind of that number one or that placement in a movie or whatever it is, and it's just. And it's like anything. It's like the whole pitching thing. It's a snowball effect. And once you get on that train, there ain't no stopping it then, you know.
Right. And you're actually up for awards, right? Like 5 different ISSA. Is it ISSA?
Yeah. I don't know if they say if ISA or ISSA. I've just been saying ISSA, I guess. Yeah, the International Singer-Songwriter Awards. So I put myself forward to become a member, not overly long ago. Okay. And I saw that a couple of friends of mine, big songwriters, were kind of associated with them. So I was like, I wonder how hard it is to, become a member. And I just filled out a form. And you have to have, a recognizable amount of like, not sales, but albums or singles out, a website, you have to be established. And so did it, and then got word that I was part of the family, and then they had me as a featured artist one of the months. And then I didn't even know I was nominated. I saw one of my great friends, Rhonda Funk, who I've written a lot of stuff with. She's great too. And she was like, "Oh, I've been nominated in these categories in the awards." And I was like, "Oh my God, Mama, that is so cool. Congratulations." And I went on. And then I noticed I was in like 5 categories. So I was like, "Oh, okay then." So they didn't, maybe they did and I missed it, but I never got told I was in the category. So to everybody, by the way, who has been voting, and I get messages every day like, "Oh, voted again today." I'm like, "You guys are amazing." So, but yeah, all they got to do is, on all my socials, I've spoken about it, but there is, you can like literally vote every day until April the 30th, I think. Okay. So I'm in 5 categories, yeah.
Yep, it's single of the year, songwriter of the year. Because I did a little study on this, vocals of the year, emerging artist, and entertainer of the year. I want to be prepared.
Yeah.
This is the first time I did it live stream, and I'm so horrible with technology.
Dude, you're doing amazing, because there are people who, like anybody who prior to the pandemic was already online a lot, like who had a presence and who did all of this, probably were laughing at everybody, like, "You idiots." And like, I think but it doesn't matter what kind of place you're coming from. I think everybody, no matter who they are or what they do, all have struggled with the online thing, or things cutting out, or it's just every day is a learning day. Even like I try and stream every weekend, and I use a different streaming platform so that I can put my logo on and different things. And it's literally been a shit show every week. I'm like, what?
That's why I asked you about your poster, because I can't. I guess you have an Apple, because it's not on Samsung. I can't find it. So my wife goes, "Use the iPad or the Mac."
I guess if you go into the App Store, there's a load of different kind of apps you can do to make posters. That one I just found is just more, it's user friendly for me personally, and I can add in my logo, I can add in different pictures. Like I'm not any expert, but I can make a poster just work, but there are so many different platforms out there for people to use, so it's mind-boggling. But again, practice kind of makes for better.
Oh yeah, because the first time I did this podcast, the audio, I didn't realize you could split it. So it's like you could only hear it in one ear for one artist, and I was in the other ear. I was like, "Oh my God, that's so bad." So, but tell everybody, because I know Instagram gives us an hour, so I know we got 10 minutes left. So tell everybody before it cuts out where they can find you and all your.
Well, here, I can write it down for you guys. This is the handy thing, because I can write my website in here. But so here is my website. I always direct people to my website quicker than I do anywhere else, because every single link to all the social platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Instagram, Facebook, and all of that kind of thing can be seen on my website. There you go, clarecunningham.music.com. It's just the easiest way, but my handle is at Clare C Official, and that's no I in the Clare. So CLAREC Official. Okay. And I have many occasions spelled official wrong. So I even had a thing when I was doing the lives first, and I was doing some fundraising for the Nashville tornado. I had my Venmo and my PayPal up, and I actually spelled official wrong because somebody messaged me and they're like, "We can't find you." I'm like, I don't know why you couldn't, right. But then we realized I had spelt it wrong. Or some people missed the C, like the Clare C. Yeah. So that's why the website is just no matter what platform, whether you're on YouTube, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Spotify, all the Dennis, don't forget to plug your koozies. Oh my God, funny you say that, because I think so. Yes, if anybody does want to purchase a koozie, if you're in the United States of America, then I can post these at the minute. If you are international, I can't. Okay. But yes, if you do want to cool a nice Corona beer or whatever it is, you got. Yeah, I'm selling these for $5. So just reach out to me on the website. They're on there. And thank you, Dennis. I know I'm so bad at plugging.
Yeah, stuff. I've got that. Is that your only thing that you sell is the koozies, or do you have like shirts and stuff too?
So when I spoke with Jeff, the guy from Missing Ink, who did the merchandise for me, I was going to have caps and koozies, and then I decided to just try out the koozies initially, and I'm glad I did, because this whole pandemic happened, and I'm like, oh, well, nothing can be shipped, especially internationally. So I've been doing all the shipping myself. So shirts, no, not yet. I'm gonna, all of that there will be a full merch shop, but I just need to. This is my first time doing, I've always had merchandise, but it was spinning bands, and so this is the first time doing it. All the stuff that you see happening, it's all by yours truly. I do everything. I run all my socials, my website, all the merchandise. I literally am a one-stop shop here. So, yes, until I can build an even bigger team, just koozies for now.
Yeah. See, we tried to do shirts and hats for the band, and the hats seem to do the best right now. So.
Yeah, hats and that, because they're one size, and so if you're going on the road as well, or you're traveling, if they're easy and they're light to bring, right. I remember back in the day in Sweden, we would have, oh my God, we just have 2 suitcases full, and vinyls so we used to have our European shop, places in different places in Europe, and have them shipped to there, because it just wasn't worth trying to fly or drive them all over the place, so, hats are a good one, yeah.
I'll make sure I'm keeping an eye on the time so we don't get cut off in the middle of the conversation. I'm like, crap.
I know, it's weird. Instagram, you can do as long as you want, I think, on Facebook, but Insta does only give the hour, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and you better pay attention to her website, because I'm not promising that I know how to share this when it's done. I'll try to put it on my story.
So anybody who's joining or has seen it will see my comments. And then when you share it to your story, when we finish, you can save it, and it'll save as a separate video, but it will go on to your story for 24 hours. So anybody who clicks on it can see the real-time comments if they decide they want to listen to an hour of me rambling on.
And it's the Georgia Songbirds, so they go on there and they can see you, because we just did a Georgia, Tennessee songwriter showcase, which is, thank you for doing that, by the way.
Oh my God, thank you. When Tim reached out to me, I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Yep. That was amazing. I think you had a great response too, right?
I had to put everybody as administrators so they could share. And now everybody's like, I got to take it off because I keep getting, my phone is going crazy. So it keeps popping off.
It was the same. I was an administrator for a fundraiser this last weekend in the UK. And oh my God, I was like, ah! I already have anxiety over my phone binging all the time, and I was like, oh my God.
Right. I've had other states actually now reach out to me they wanted in on it. I'm like, well,
Oh, that's a really good idea, though.
yep,
You know, like Georgia versus whatever other state. That's amazing. That's
yep,
such a, what a great way to get together.
yep.
I mean, it's like, and get people involved from different states. That's amazing.
And network, because that's
Oh,
what any
yeah,
songwriter, if you want to get ahead, that you got who you know. You can be talented as you want to be. You could be
yeah.
semi-talented, but know the right people. It's who you know. And then of course you got to have the talent.
It
You got to
is
have the
a
work
lot of
ethic.
it. Yeah, it is. It is, and it's just even just getting that foot in the door with
Mm,
somebody that and it is. It really is, and you have to. But most of all, on top of it all, just be a good person. And I
right.
think, because if you're an asshole in this world, you can have all the talent in under your belt, but really, like, it should always just come from a place of love, and there's no room for egos
Yeah.
in this
Don't be a
industry.
jackass,
So
basically.
yeah, oh my god, yeah.
That's my
I
favorite
love
line. I
that.
said, "Don't be a jackass." Till my kids start
I
repeating
love
it,
it.
and they say, "Daddy, what's a jackass?" I'm like, "Okay, you can't say
Ah,
that."
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Kids are sponges, so they'll. But if you grow up like I do, it's just like,
Yeah,
you know.
my little girl act just like I did when I was little, so that's my payback for being the way I was growing up. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I've always been the heathen of the family, so now my little girl is like driving me crazy. I have to be careful.
Oh, I love it. That's so awesome. Be proud, though.
Oh, like I said, she likes to sing. She actually shows me how to do
Oh,
this.
really?
So everybody's just joining in now or halfway through it. She had to help me get it started. Without her,
I
we
know.
wouldn't be
Yeah,
talking.
you were saying. It's awesome. I mean, yeah, when your kids are having to show you, it's kind of, you know.
It's like the VCR. Do you hit the button on a VCR? How do you record at the same time? I still have that conversation with my mom.
Oh my God, they were the days. Or the cassette tape on a
Yes.
Sunday when top 30 would be on, and you'd be like, oh, and the DJ would talk over the song, and you're like, shut
Shut
up.
up.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And now it's like everything is just downloadable like instantaneously. Like you don't have to wait till 6 p.m. on a Sunday to get the number one song.
Well, tell everybody one more time because we're 2 minutes away before
Yes.
they shut me off. Where they can find you, anything you want to plug, what's coming up. Take it away.
So Clare Cunningham Music, CLARE, CunninghamMusic.com. And all the platforms are on there.
And it just died. All right. It cut us off right in the middle. I knew it would.
What?
It cut us off in the middle.
Oh, it did.
So I knew it would. There you go. All right, I'm gonna send that to you. Yep, I know. I see it. I sent Claire a thing. She'll jump back on. Sorry, guys. I knew it was coming up. That's why I wanted to get her in all her info. I did send it to her, right? Oh no. There we go. Now you can come on, Claire. I'm sorry. I thought I did that.
I didn't
There it
even
goes.
think about, oh yeah, we could just do this. Oh my God.
I knew it was
I
coming up.
literally just said .com and it went boom.
Boom. Right. Perfect
And
timing.
that wasn't even an hour because I got on here like 32 minutes or 33. So
Yeah.
Instagram.
So now we know.
Now we know. But yeah, no, ClareCunninghamMusic.com. But I think this won't go on the last one anyway. But
Yeah.
it's all good anyway.
It will
So
be on the
thank you for
audio
having me.
version. Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you came on. It'll be on the audio
Oh yeah,
for the podcast. So we'll do it that way. And I'll put your
that's true.
music
Yes.
on there. That's why I did it this way, so I could have it. Luckily, my voice is deep enough that I have to talk down to the mic, so it'll work. Um,
Oh, I love it.
but I'll put whatever song, if you do the carry-on song, I'll put that on at the end. The actual, I'll download it from iTunes and put it on for you.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
awesome. Thank you
I'll,
very much.
my pleasure. And I'll send you mine, let you hear what I'm talking about. My voice, my growly voice for my band. I sing the heathen songs. So
Yeah,
I've got
yeah. I'd love to hear some.
oh, absolutely. We're on Spotify's Yes Ma'am. Like I said, it was, this is going to be backwards, but it's middle-aged men. That's what the ma'am stands for.
Oh, okay.
It,
Oh, so when you said okay, now that makes sense. 'Cause I was like, yes, ma'am. I was like, oh, what?
yep. It's play on words for being Southern and because we're all middle-aged men. So we
So
respect.
is it yes, ma'am?
Yes, MAM. So if you're
Okay.
looking on Facebook, it's
I'm
there's no dots, but on Spotify and iTunes, it's MAM. Yes, ma'am.
so S. Okay. I'm going to look you guys and have a listen to that.
Yep. So it's M dot
Awesome.
A dot M. And then I've got mine I just do stuff up there for songwriting stuff. It's under Jesse James Landers because my middle name's James. So
Jesse. Oh yeah, that name. Like you already have
I can tell
the
how
famous name.
old somebody is because they either say the biker if they're young or, oh, the outlaw. So,
That's amazing. Yeah, I wasn't blessed so much with the with a famous sounding name, but hey, we got to roll with what we got. So.
right. So everybody that jumped back on now, I could thank you guys for coming back. I knew they were going to cut us off. I just knew they would. I knew it was coming up, so I was like, "Get in!" As soon as she
Yeah.
said .com, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I know, it's Larry.com. Boom. It's amazing. Oh no, I appreciate you having me on and just for giving me the opportunity and for plugging everything and for putting on the amazing songwriting
Oh yeah,
challenge to get together with other states. It's such a it's a hard time for a lot of people, of course. So it's really nice. It's something to keep people motivated and keeps going.
yeah. I was telling everybody. I probably told you too. I got so excited doing it, and then it got out of control. I forgot to put myself into it. So I was like, "Oh shit! Oh well,
I know, yeah, you said.
that's fine."
Oh
I hate
my
to put
God.
myself
Well,
in.
next time you will.
Yep. If I can remember.
And at least every time you do something, you realize, because even like the likes of a YouTube video being put up, you can't do a watch party, and it's things you like. Even I wouldn't have known that. So I mean,
And I couldn't
every day is a learning day.
the way we pointed it was like views get a point, likes get 2 points, and shares get 3 points. But you can't track that on YouTube. You can track likes and views if you catch it before, like if they do an old video, like, oh, here's my video. Okay, well then I got to start it from where the day that what's the count?
Yeah.
Luckily I'm OCD, so I was like.
You could probably, if I were you, because I was like, oh my God, his head is gonna, because I was one of those that was probably annoying you. If it were me, I wouldn't even give people the choice. It's like, you got to go live or you don't. Because like that, I was like, oh my God, how is he coping with everybody's like, because people are like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Should we do it on this day? Should we, it's like a method. Madness.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, why didn't you just have a time? I'm like, you can't get 16 songwriters to sit down and be timed. There's no way. It's like herding cats. You're not going to do it.
Right.
So the way I set it up for next round, they'll get 30 minutes.
It was good. It was good the way you gave people the opportunity to have time to do it, I guess. So and I guess, and the reason why I was like, oh yeah, well, because the connection can sometimes be crappy. So if you do go live, that's kind of it. But yeah, having too much choice, and especially around creative people, not a good idea.
No.
Ever.
Nope.
That's not in you. That's just in general.
And I should have known that because I'm the same way. But actually, luckily, I'm OCD. And when I was younger, I wanted to be like a statistician. One of my weird kind of things I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I can add that stuff up. And then as I grew up, I wanted to go like to be a stunt man. And then it was like a wrestler.
Oh my gosh.
And there was crazy stuff. Riding bulls until I met a bull rider who had broken every bone in his body. And he said, you don't want to do this. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm done. Well,
oh my gosh. That's amazing. So you've lived a few lives then.
yes, I joke because we were talking about earlier that how long it takes to get to where you're at. For everybody, it's doesn't matter. It's a journey. It's gonna take a while, And when it hits, and then like I said, it takes off. But you got to work. You can't be just if you're not willing to work, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, hard work. I was in another interview prior to this, and I've said you gotta work like nobody is going to outrun you. Yeah. Like you have to surpass everybody, but at the same time not kill yourself like I have done in the past, like over exhausting and exerting yourself to the point where your creative side gets shattered by that.
Yeah.
So it's finding that nice balance of like going for it, but with certain goals and a direction in mind, because you can, you can work, but unless you're working towards something, it's a lot of energy that you're gonna end up wasting in a way, en route. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough industry though. But I think a lot of people, when they see somebody succeed, they're like, oh, that was very fast. And it's like, no,
Right.
you've seen the wine. You didn't see me walk on the grapes.
Right.
It's like, the foundation has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you build. And then if you go off, great. But people usually, like, and understandably, don't see the back work that goes into a lot of it, unless they follow you and have been following you for years. And then, okay, yeah. But then these success, like X Factor, Idol, like these kind of things that give people this overnight stardom and success, that's a recipe for disaster, personally, because, I mean, unless you are somebody who was working all up till then, if you're 15, 16 and you've been singing in your bedroom and you've never actually stepped foot on a stage, and then you go and win a show like that, no, not a recipe. That's a recipe, I mean, for a disaster.
Yeah, because
in the long run.
It's just a feeling when you're on stage, that when you connect with a band, and then you connect with the people, because there's two different feelings. Like when you're in the groove with a band, you can feel it. You don't even know the people are out there because you're jamming and playing.
Yeah.
And then you got to connect to the audience too. And if you haven't had that kind of experience, then you are in for a hard fall, because it takes, like you said, a lot of time, and it takes a lot of work. And
it does. And you couple that alongside having to deal with this instant, like what you want to call fame. Like they'll have all of that to digest on top of trying to perform. It's just, no, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So yeah, I think, if you do work hard and, you put in the passion behind it too, there's no reason why you can't be successful. And success for everybody is different.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean, like for me, success is not money and it's not fame. It's none of that shit. It's literally, like, success to me is connecting with people on a musical level so that I can heal and help them.
Yeah.
Or for them to for me to give joy. I mean, isn't that just beautiful? Rather than, like, I can't, like, money isn't something that would drive me to write a song. That's horrible. Like, yes, we have jobs, and it is a job as a songwriter, but if you're not putting your heart into something, then it's just that cannot be what motivates you to live on a daily basis. And because music is such a wonderful gift that not everybody has been graced with, you should use it to your advantage to help others, personally, I think, anyway. So
yeah, and like I said, my wife loves music, but she can't sing to save her life. Now she can do cadences because she's a drill sergeant, but she loves music, and everybody, it touches it one way or another, whether you can, like I said, do it or not. But it goes back to the beginning: is if you don't feel it, then they can tell, and it doesn't matter how good the song is. And we go about egos, is stepping away from it. Is if you're more of a song, like you're an artist, we know that, we hear you sing, you're a great singer and you're a great songwriter. Some people, as a songwriter, maybe they don't realize that they're not good at something. They want their ego gets in the way. But you could be better at lyrics, better at melodies, or something that you're not great at, unless you're just, Willie Nelson. But
I know some people have it all.
you have to work at it, and you have to learn to step aside and not be.
Yeah, you do. And whenever you enter a room, especially in a co-writing situation, you leave whatever ego you may have at that door, because there is no room for it. Everybody has something beautiful always to bring to a table, I think, whether it's just their personality or a concept or whatever it is. Somebody has something to offer always. And it's up to everybody in that room, and especially the artist who's going to deliver it with the emotion it deserves. And that's a hard task. And when people you say, oh well, you're just a singer, I was like, okay, well, just do the show without me then. And I don't mean that as in me personally, but it's like, it's that god awful feeling when your singer ends up with laryngitis, and guess what happens? The show gets cancelled. Mm-hmm. The guitarist may be sick, but the guitar still can be played. And so I used to put myself down a lot, and I was like, yeah, I am just a singer, and it's not really that important. Well, actually, everybody's role is always important,
right.
And everybody should respect other musicians and other writers, and it doesn't really matter on what status you come from. And I love when bigger artists, and I don't like generalizing big, small, like cultural, whatever, equality in my eyes. But if you've sold so many million records, yes, mm-hmm. you may have some, a higher standard. But I love when I see artists like that, talk and write with people who right. may not have that. Because just because you've sold 1 million records does not mean you're the best. Right. It just means you have found a platform, you have people following you, but there are equally, and I come across them all the time, so much talent that has not been discovered yet.
Yeah.
So, so it's beautiful when you see people connecting. And
that's why I did this, was because I started it for Georgia, because there's so many. It's either Nashville or LA that the people say you got to be in. So there's so much talent here that people wasn't hearing them. So like, all right, I'm gonna give my platform. I write music, I play. I've been doing it for a while. Let's see how many people I can help and get them in front of other people. Yeah. Because you never know. Like I said, I met you that way with Tim, but I met
I know, it's
other
wild.
People, like Russ. I knew Russ from playing in Nashville with him before. Because I go up and from where I'm at now, I'm about 3 hours away. So it's not
You're right.
Far from Nashville.
Yeah.
But like I had a guy that's in the contest, Aaron Tanner. He's from Villa Rica.
Yeah.
So and he does Christian country. So he's like a 3-hour drive from me. So he's a 6-hour drive to Nashville. But he came to see me, a 3-hour drive. I'm like, wow, dude, let me send. So I sent stuff for his radio for him, and then like for this, and he's actually doing really well in the contest. And you wouldn't think
because I saw, because I checked out everybody, and isn't it amazing, like how that, and I think that's why during this time has been, like when people have said like, ooh, what does it feel like not to be able to play live? It sucks, ass, obviously. However, it's given people a platform to perform, per se, in front of people that may necessarily not have ever seen you play. Because I was never one to go live all the time. I was playing out too much. I that was the last thing I did. So it's kind of been a real nice transition from being on the stage in front of people to a minimal audience, perhaps, to now going out on the World Wide Web, and you can. And even new fans, like, it's crazy. Like, people, well, I guess they were at home and, what else were they doing but tuning in? So it's really, it has helped creative people in that respect, I think. So.
Yeah, because, everybody wants to get out and play. Like, I'm not one to just go live and play my stuff. To me, it's like, well, I'll play it come see me at a bar or a restaurant or, listen to me. You don't want to see me sitting in my bathroom playing a guitar. Maybe you do. I'm not going to judge you if you do, but it's.
I know.
But you got to get it out.
It's a weird transition for some people. I certainly found it a bit odd myself. Not that I wasn't overly non-familiar with it, but it's just at the end. I remember at the end of a song, and you're used to like, yay, and it's like, oh, okay, there's nobody.
Right.
Like comment. Thankfully, you can see comments, but it's like. And even then, I'm like,
right.
Trying to concentrate on one thing, and then I see a comment, I'm trying to read it and play, and I'm like, oh gosh, no, and there we go, we just messed up. And when it's live, that's it. There's no hitting stop or rewind or, scooting over it when you're live. It's like, oh, there you go, the whole world just Heard that?
Right.
But I like that. I mean, you know, if you're real, people see that. So, you know, I think that's a wonderful thing. And I think coming out of this, I think a lot of artists are going to actually think differently, and not only just artists, but I think, you know, people in general have a whole new outlook and outline in life. So
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it changes for everybody because it's gonna change for gigs and it's gonna change for just the way that everybody interacts with each other.
yeah, it certainly will. I do pray that it teaches people to be a lot more appreciative of everything. I think it will.
Yeah.
Well, at least initially, you know. But I guarantee you, these words are going to be said. Oh, I wish we were back in quarantine now.
Right.
You watch it. You just watch it when people are back to fast-paced life and forget about this nice time that we have to reset right now.
Yeah.
They'll be wishing for it. People always are wishing for something that they don't have or have.
Yep.
Enjoy the moment. Stop stressing. Stop fearing. Just live in the present moment. I'll tell you what, I never did. That's why I'm saying this now. It's something I've never sat down and been actually, okay, I'm here now. There's nothing I can do about this. I'm I'm always thinking in the future. Of course, I have to. And you as an artist too, you gather that you must do that. But if you are not present and you are not focused on your now, that's, you know, that's something you need to learn to do. And this moment, we're never going to get this ever again in life. This is Mother Nature giving you a little gift right now.
Yep. Like when I consider me writing, like for me, I get more time to write. But if I grab my guitar at 3 o'clock in the morning, my wife is yelling at me to stop playing guitar. So I'm like, right in the corner.
I mean, that's the prime time.
It is. I've had
My
so
piano,
many dreams.
for some reason, songs, the best ones always come at 5:30 a.m. because I go to bed around 6:30. And I'm like, oh my God, why now? Like, and you know, as being an artist, if it comes, everything drops.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like you have to be, no, it must be done now, and you have to record it, and it, you know, and it's it's very interesting. I guess people who aren't artists are like, what? That's crazy. I'm like, I don't know, but you know, it's, if you don't, then it gets lost and it goes into the world of something you may never find again.
Before they had the little audio recording for the phones, I've lost so many songs because I forgot to play them.
I mean, we are so blessed with technology. It's unbelievable. Like, you know, when you used to have like maybe a dictaphone, or I can't even remember how I recorded mine. Gosh, like, it's scary to think about how much goodness was lost in the world before technology, you know.
You want to do another song?
Oh, I can do. This was like only meant to be an hour, so I do need the bathroom. So I'm gonna do this song, and then I'll because I've been talking since like 7:15 p.m. So I'm like,
thank
oh
you
my
for coming
God.
on. Yeah, I figured let's do one more song because I'm gonna put my kids to bed because they're like, oh, keep talking, Daddy. We ain't gotta go to sleep.
Oh my God. People must be sick of hearing my voice. I mean, whatever. I love it. Oh my God, what will I do? Do you know what let's see. Right, I don't know, for some reason, something spoke to me. Don't ask me what, but I'm going to do this one. I would never do this one normally, but because I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be talking to you right now if it wasn't for Mr. Tim, not Thim, Tim Thurman. Great friend of mine, for anybody who doesn't know him. He put me in contact with you, Jessie, and I first moved to America on the 7th of February 2018, and during that trip, prior to that, it was during that trip, I visited Nashville. It was the 6th of March. I'm a weirdo with dates, but this is why I remember them. 6th of March, I came in 2018. I wanted to check out Nashville because it was always a place I loved. And I put my name down for the Douglas Corner Cafe open mic night on the Tuesday, the 7th. And Tim Thurman was sitting in the front row with Drew Taylor, another great friend and writer of mine. And I got up and I played a couple of songs, and they gave me their card and they asked me to hang out. It was my first time. I went down on Broadway and we had a great night, really connected with the guys. And 5 days later, we wrote this song. And it's called Chances. And I haven't released it, even though they've been begging me to. And it is in the pipeline. I think it'll go on whatever Celtic slash kind of that vibe release I'll ever do. I'll perhaps put it out in something like that. But yeah, it basically, they said, tell us your story. And so we wrote this, and the following Monday I got to perform it at the Blueberry Cafe.
Wow.
Yeah, one of their open mic nights, and you have to ring up, and you know, it was amazing because the lyric in the second verse is Bluebird on a Monday night, grabbed my guitar and took that flight to Nashville, Tennessee. So this is the story, and so. And we got to perform it. I got to do it with Drew, not Tim, though, at the Manitoulin Country Fest last year. So this song it's a really personal one. Like it's not one that anybody could pitch themselves. But it was by me and Tim and Drew, and Tim was the reason why I got connected with you. So I feel I owe it to Tim right now to do this one. So this is Chances. Okay. So yeah, and thanks very much. 15, they headed home in town. 25, I be settled down. Couple kids in a small house in front porch swing. White dress on my wedding day. Daddy said to give me away to the man mama hoped I'd have. But that ain't how it goes. 'Cause I took chances. I went my own way. So many lessons made me who I am today. Girl, you'll regret it, but it's worked out anyway. 'Cause I figured it out, I didn't let them down. 'Cause I took chances. Bluebird on a Monday night, grabbed my guitar and took that flight to Nashville, Tennessee. City of dreams, caught the eye of a record man. Told me I had that sound that they've been looking for. That's just how it goes. 'Cause I took chances. I went my own way. So many lessons made me who I am today. But you'll regret it, but it's worked out anyway. 'Cause I figured it out, I didn't let them down. Never thought it would all turn out like this. Sometimes you gotta choose the way you live. 'Cause I took chances. I went my own way. So many lessons made me who I am today. Don't you regret it, but it's worked out anyway. 'Cause I figured it out, I didn't let them down. 'Cause I took chances. I took chances. And I'm glad I did.
Let me give you the clap stuff because you don't hear it.
Yeah, there's my clap. Oh my gosh.
I actually heard when you and Tim did that when y'all were starting it out. I seen that one.
Oh
It's a
God,
good song.
that to me is just like wow. I do get really emotional because like it's not necessarily my style anymore, or maybe ever was, but there's just something so pure, and because we wrote it having just like we just met. I mean, and that was my first song I've ever written, co-written, in fact, even just in that whole scenario.
Yeah.
Like it's like I had co-written songs before, but that was my first introduction into Nashville and into just the whole vibe, and I mean, and we've become like lifelong friends, like me, Tim, and Drew. Like, oh my God, like they're, oh yeah, it's just I'm just so blessed. So that song is like it's our little baby, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, so I appreciate it. So and thank you to everybody coming in. I think so. My website is clarecunningham.music.com.
Music.
I think
Okay.
you just typed Clare Music. Yeah, I know it's a mind screw again. I just should have, you know. And could I sing a song, Thunder Mother? So Thunder Mother was my Swedish band that I had years ago. I never played in the band, so a lot of people always ask, "Oh, play a Thunder Mother song." So I never played in that band, so I never ever learned how to do any of their songs, or songs, should I say. So, but if you do want to hear Thunder Mother, you can just Google us or check us out on all the socials.
Yep.
And I was on 2 albums, Rock and Roll Disaster and Road Fever. So thanks, Randy. Oh, you guys are amazing. And thanks for having me as well.
No problem. Thank you for coming on, Clare.
It was a pleasure. Let's get a screenshot. I didn't do this earlier, so.
Where am I supposed to look?
Oh, God, I'm so shiny. It's disgusting. I'm like, oh, my God. All right, okay. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Right. Perfect. Yeah, it's not a very sexy kind of, it's like, no.
Between my head and your face, we're glaring up everything.
I mean, I've just realized how shy, like, I don't know why I'm so shy. Well, I do know why, because coconut oil, that's why. Oh God, and it's kind of warm here too, so it's awesome.
Yep. It's all right. Well, I know you got to go. I know you got stuff you want to do, and you've been talking for a while. So.
Oh, well, you know, but it's always a pleasure, and thanks for having me. And yes, like I'll promote whatever else, you know, if you're doing other states and stuff, I'll get people involved too.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna send stuff to you on your messenger for the song, and I'm glad you came on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, and I wish everybody a safe and onward journey throughout the pandemic.
Yep, and I don't know. I ain't gonna promise that this will be on the story too, but I'm gonna try.
Oh yes, this will go. Well, yeah, I don't know if you do stories back to back, it'll be another story. It might. This one might go over. I don't know unless somebody wants to tell you, but. Maybe it will override the other one, so I don't know.
Yeah, either way, the audio will be out Friday on the Georgia Songbirds podcast. So if nothing else, you can hear that.
Yay! Yes. Sweet. Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Lots of love. Bye.
For all the times that I feel down, know that I am not alone. I can feel you all around. I hear the voice of your ghost. I know you're there.